What's good, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I hope everybody's having a good day today, y'all. My day is going good. It was going good until I got ready to come up on here because I feel like I'm probably going to need some blood pressure medicine because I don't even know why I came over here to talk about this because I know it's going to raise up my blood pressure, okay? Today was leg day. I went to the gym, okay? I'm really debating if I should have a cheat meal today because honestly and truthfully, I cheated all day yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I had a cheat meal. But listen, we are down here to talk about today, okay? I started yesterday on Patreon, and I was like, I was going to do a video about it, but then yesterday I went on Patreon and I couldn't contain myself. And then today I ended up talking to my mother. I ended up talking to some older women at the gym today and asked them this question. And I feel like y'all are gaslighting me. And I talked to one of my good friends about it, and they agreed with me. Okay, so what I wanted to do today is we're going to talk about it again today. I'm going to drop the link. We're going to come up one at a time. No cursing. And we have to see who come first. Okay? Now, if y'all didn't know, Mother's Day was on Sunday. Okay? Mother's Day was Sunday, and Todd made a Mother's Day post to Kandi, okay? All of the sweet nothings that they say in the Mother's Day post, okay? And in his post, he had 4 pictures, okay? He had 4 pictures. All 4 of the pictures had a picture with Kandi in it, okay? But on the first picture, it was a picture of Kandi and Kaela. The first picture was a picture with Kandi and Kaela. The second picture was a picture with Kandi and Riley. The third picture was a picture of Kandi and Ace. And the fourth picture was a picture of Kandi and Blaze. Okay? And when I seen it, I almost dropped my phone and almost passed. I almost had a heart attack because I just feel like with this union with Kandi and Todd, I feel like Riley is always being messed over. Okay? Riley is always being messed over. She always getting, when it comes to Riley, you know what I'm saying? Everything is always being divided, split up, character one. She always being forgot about. And I don't like it. And ain't nobody looking out for for Riley, but me and Mama Joyce. Okay? In my mind, to me, Riley is what made Kandi a mother. Riley is what made Kandi a mother. Riley always comes first when it comes to Kandi. Okay? And that's just where it starts and where it ends. Now, I'm not saying that Kaela should be in the post. But if Kaela was going to be in the post, Kaela should have been last on the post. She's not Kandi's daughter. And that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Riley already ain't got no daddy. Kaela got a mama and a daddy, and she got Kandi. You know what I'm saying? And we always gotta. Riley couldn't even spend the last moments of her mama before her mama got married with Kandi. She want to come over here and bring Kaela in. How come Kaela couldn't be over there with her daddy before they went and said I do before they came a union? I feel like Riley is being messed over. Let's not forget when they was doing the estate planning, Kandi had all of this stuff over here before she got with Todd, and Todd only had one apartment in New York. And when they was doing their estate planning, he didn't even think about Riley. He said, well, I think that it's only fair that what I had before the marriage should go to Kaela. And when the question came, well, everything that Kandi had before the marriage should go to Riley, Kandi said, well, what about the other kids? Well, Todd got other kids too. How come everything that Todd had before the marriage got to go to Kaela, but everything Kandi had before the marriage can't go to Riley? Okay? And the thing is, I feel like that the Instagram post, what he did, putting Kaela first, is an indication of what is going to be in the obituary. If Kandi passes away before Todd is going to put Kaela first on the obituary, and I've seen families fall out over who is going first name on the obituary, and this is why I can't do no ready-made families. This is why I can't do no ready-made families, because of stuff like this. Riley is being forgot about. Why is Riley being pushed to the side? Is all I'm asking. If Kandi choke on a chicken bone, Riley is going to be pushed to the side and forgot about. Okay? Now y'all gonna be like, oh, you doing the most, or whatever, but y'all dick worshipers. You know what I'm saying? Riley is what made Kandi a mother. She will always be first. Kaela don't even add up or equal. Kaela has nothing to do with Kandi being a mother. She does not. She does not. She has nothing to do with her being a mother. If this was Marjorie Harvey and she was telling Steve Happy Father's Day and she had a picture of Lori Harvey over there first, and she had a picture of them twins over there, them Wonder Braxton twins over there, y'all would have a fit. Y'all would have a fit. So I went to the gym today and I asked a couple of women about it. I showed them the post, okay? And they told me that they would be upset if their husband had told them Happy Mother's Day and put their kid first before their kids. That's what they told me, that they would have been upset. I said, would it have been a divorce? Because for me, it would have been grounds of a divorce. You know what I'm saying? They said, no, I don't think it would have been the grounds of divorce. I don't think it would have been the grounds of divorce, but I totally would have been upset with him putting the post, okay? Now, I asked my mother, and my mama the type to, she really have a hard time. If she's not in it, she don't really think it all the way through. So she said, I wouldn't see a problem with it. And I told my mom, I said, I think I gotta watch you. Because you've been a meta nigga and forgot all about me and pushed me all to the side. I gotta watch you. You don't been, because I'm telling you, if I'm Riley and I'm walking around that house and Kaela was on the picture first on the Mother's Day post to my mama, I would have been walking around that house and I would have looked at Kaela and told Kaela,
you need to go home.
You need to go home. You need to go home. Kaela needs to go home. I'm being honest with y'all. I really think that Riley is getting the short end of the stick. And I feel like we always have to make excuses for Kaela and making Kaela feel. Kaela is not, I'm not saying mistreat her, but Kandi is not her mother. So if she was going to be in the post, she should have been last. Now they could have started off a family picture with Kandi and all of the kids in the Kaela. You know what I'm saying? All of the kids in Kaela, but still Riley picture anywhere in the montage. Riley picture is supposed to be first. Riley is what made Kandi a mother. Riley is what made Kandi a mother. Okay? Do we understand? Because I think y'all not understanding. Okay? Now I'm about to drop the link. We're gonna be up here. I'm gonna drop the link. Everybody, I'm gonna bring y'all up one at a time, and everybody is going to get 90 seconds, okay, to tell me what they think. Okay, let me see what y'all talking about in the chat. Thank you for the super chat, Cameron. He said Riley will always be number one in your eyes only, good boy. No, that's the problem, Cameron. She should be number one in Kandi's eyes too. Kandi. You're horrible mother. Kandi is a horrible mother that she keep on letting Riley being passed around and messed over and pushed off, pushed to the side in favor of Kaela. I don't like it. Thank you for the super chat, Jerry I. He said Kandi always put the children of her many, many lovers before her own. She also treated AJ's children better than Riley before he was shot. Was he shot? I don't think that he was shot. I thought they beat him to death. I thought they beat him to death. I can guarantee you. If Kandi made a Father's Day post to Todd, Riley probably wouldn't even be in the montage. I don't never see Riley. Put a 1 in the chat if you see. I always see Kandi saying, "I got 2 daughters. I got 2 daughters. I got." You know what I'm saying? You got a great girl over here. I always see Kandi claiming Kaela. I never see Todd saying, "That's my baby. Riley, my baby. That's my girl." Never seen it. It's just happy birthday, Riley. Happy birthday, Riles, but it's never no love behind it. It's never no love behind it. It ain't never no pet names for Riley. It's never that. I never see it. I'm looking for it. I don't never see it. I never see it. Y'all be over there watching. Y'all know I'm not lying. Y'all know I'm not lying. Okay? So let me drop the link. Let me see. How we do it? Because y'all know we over here on Firefox. And you know what I think I know what's going on with the... Y'all know what I think is going on? Okay, so I am going to review Basketball Wives. I'm behind. I'm going to try to catch up this weekend or whatever, but I am going to start reviewing Basketball Wives since y'all want me to review that. But I think I know what's happening with my Google Chrome. I think that with these Apple products or whatever, I have a Apple computer. And anytime I get close to my Apple computer or whatever, they be trying to, I think it was an update or something that they did. And what they did was when I updated my phone, every time I get next to my computer and I get ready to go on StreamYard, they try to do me something with my phone. And I'm trying to, it's crazy. I don't know. Okay. Yes, those are the girls. Good boy. Who are the girls? He gives her tough love like Kaela. No. AJ died of complications from sickle cell after the fight. The guy he fought was not charged. But I thought they beat him. Apple and Google don't play well together. I love Jackie's daughter. Okay? So we got Callie up here. Let's see what's going on. What's good, Callie?
Hey, what's good? Oh, by the way, a lot of people have switched to Rescreen recently.
What's that?
It's like StreamYard. It's actually cheaper than StreamYard. I like it a little bit better, but I haven't had a chance to do a whole video with it.
Spell it for me.
Rescreen. You know, I have a list.
Screen or like stream?
Like
okay,
Restream.
Like okay.
Video.
Okay.
Restream.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, a lot of people have switched to that, and I think it's better and it's cheaper.
Okay.
But anyhow, this situation is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I understand if he wanted to put something up for Kandi and Kayla's mom and say, you know, to my baby mamas or whatever. I see guys do that every Mother's Day. But Kandi is not Kayla's mother.
Okay. So you agree with me?
Yes, I agree with you. And I think it is so ridiculous when I hear these women up here talking about, yeah, if I meet a
you gotta watch them
in
their home. You gotta watch them in their home. They don't really care about their kids as long as they got a man. As soon as they get a man in there, they forget about their kids. As soon as they get a man in the house, they forget about their kids. But let me know if you look okay, because let me ask you the question, Callie. So for me, again, I don't mind Kaela even being because I feel like this is the indication of what's gonna be in Kandi obituary, right? But I don't mind Kaela being in the post when she's supposed to be last behind Kandi's biological children. We celebrating Kandi. It's Kandi's Mother's Day. She's a mother. Riley is what made her a mother. Riley should have been the first bishop. What you think? Let me know what you think.
Kaela has anything to do with Kandi's Mother's Day at all. Like they could be friends. They don't have to have animosity toward each other. They could be friends and hang out, but she is not Kayla's mother. Mm-hmm. And I really think that it is so ridiculous when I see these women sitting up here talking about, if I meet a man with kids, I'm going to love his kids like they're my own.
I would never be able to do that. I'm not going to mistreat nobody's kids, Callie, but I would never love them like they mine.
Exactly.
I would never love them like they mine. I'm not going to mistreat them. I love them like a niece or nephew or something like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, I'm going to love my nieces and nephews. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm not gonna mistreat them. I'm not gonna mistreat them, but they ain't mine. I'm not gonna love them like they mine. I'm not gonna even lie to you. Mine is special in my eyes.
You are gonna love some man's kids like the same way you love your own children because you laying up with him. because you don't have your own relationship with those kids. Very few people rarely come in and create their own relationship with the stepkid. I've seen it happen, and it's usually with an adult child, to be perfectly honest, but people rarely do that. The only reason why you even around is because you laying up with the parent. So there's no way in the world that you're going to love them like you love your kid, because you don't have, what is your connection to them? It's craziness. And I can imagine being a kid and my mom saying something like that. And every
that would
time
break
my
me
mom
down.
has to go somewhere,
remember when
this
I
girl
remember
has to come.
Kelly, I remember when I would never forget when, because Kandi, I remember Mama Joyce was telling Kandi, you're gonna have to pay special attention to Riley. You done went over here and got with this nigga, you know what I'm saying? And y'all done started having other kids. And I remember when Kandi had Ace and she was taking Riley driving, and they had came home and she was asking Riley, hey, did you call your daddy? And Kayla, remember Riley broke down. And they was like, why is she crying? Why is she crying? Because you made her feel like she's not welcome. Here you was a hoe and you got with her daddy and had her. The daddy didn't want her. So the daddy don't too much deal with her. Then you done got with this man and y'all done had a baby together. And now you forcing me to call this nigga who ain't never wanted nothing to do with me because you making me feel like I'm not included here. And to Kandi, she probably didn't see it like that, but you have to be sensitive to Riley's feelings. You have to pay special attention to her. That's yours. Fuck these other kids coming up. Girl, I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then this is another thing. Even though Blaze and Ace are Kandi and Todd's children, I still feel like to Todd, Kaela is first. And maybe because it was just him and Kaela before Kandi came along. And I almost get the feeling that he feel like this is me and Kaela come up.
Oh no.
Like I don't even think he even really worried about the other two kids. I feel like Kaela is above even them. You know what I mean? So no, it's not. First of all, I get your point. It's not mutual. You know what I mean? She doesn't have this same relationship with Todd. It's not mutual. I think it's unnecessary. First of all, Kaela a grown ass woman. So why are we even doing this?
So is Riley grown too? Riley grown too. Riley grown too.
No, but Riley is her daughter.
Yeah, she is.
She has to have animosity toward Kaela, but
Kaela, you totally okay, babe. You totally different from what I am. You don't think that she should be in a post at all. I don't mind her being in a post. They are married, right? But she should have been behind. She should have been behind Riley and Ace and Blaze. Is all I'm saying.
No, I don't think she needs to be in the post at all. That's not her daughter.
Okay, well that's you. I'm not saying that's you. Okay, I get it.
That Kandi raised or adopted. This is a grown woman that has a mother somewhere else.
All right, okay. So it's been past 90 seconds, but I get what you're saying. Again, but I'm just saying I don't care about her. That's your opinion that you don't think that she should be in the photo. I don't mind her being in the photo. For me, I don't mind her being in the photo. I just don't think, but we do agree that she should have been behind Riley, right?
Oh, yeah, she gonna be in the photo. Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
All right. Thank you, Callie. What's good, Ali? What you think? Let me know what you think.
Hey.
So I think Todd is messy boots and disrespectful.
Yes.
And I don't know if he consulted with Kandi before. I'm hoping he didn't and just posted that. But he should have, like for me, if he wanted to be less messy, he should have just posted a picture of Kandi and all the kids and said Happy Mother's Day. I didn't like that. He put his daughter and Kandi first post. That's not her daughter. And that girl, Kaela, has a mother. So you're disrespecting her mother on Mother's Day by posting your current wife and your daughter. You didn't even wish your first child's mom a happy Mother's Day publicly. So I don't know. I agree with you that the order of the pictures, if he was going to do that, it should have been Riley and Kandi first, because that's Kandi's firstborn.
Thank you.
Then the minor children, and then Kaela, because she's the bonus kid. That's not her child.
So. Right. And I feel like this is what the obituary gonna be like.
Oh yeah.
This is what the obituary like. And don't get me wrong, I don't have no problem with Kaela. I'm just tired of Riley being pushed aside and everything is being divided and carried into. It's all this priority to worry about what Kaela got going on, and I don't see nobody looking out for Riley but Kandi.
Well, Mama Joyce.
And Mama Joyce and me.
Yeah.
You know? So
but,
would you be offended? Would you be offended? Would you be upset if somebody did this to you and had a bonus child before Riley?
Yeah.
Because to me, I don't care that Kaela is the oldest. Riley is what made Kandi a mother.
Exactly. And you know how I feel on the whole situation. I think I told you about my situation. My kids are my kids.
Yes.
I care for your kids, but you know, I don't expect him to jump in front of a bullet for my children. I'm doing that before him, you know? So
right.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I think people that say, "Oh, we treat the kids equally," you're lying. No, you don't.
I'm not gonna, and that's the thing though. I'm not gonna mistreat nobody's child. I promise you, I wouldn't mistreat nobody's child or whatever. But I will not look at. They will. I will not treat them. They will. I will be lying if I told you I would look at them like they mine. I wouldn't let nothing happen to them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be looking at them like they mine. I will never.
Yeah, because to me, that's disrespectful to their mother. They have a mother.
Well, even if they didn't.
Oh, I don't know about that. If
girl,
they didn't, that's a whole different.
Going on, girl. It's mine, baby.
That's a different story if they're an orphan. But if they're not an orphan and the mom's alive, kicking and breathing, and she got a job, you know, there she go. You better honor her.
JMFB say the kids are in order. They can't be in order if Kaela is first. They can't be in order if Kaela first. What you mean?
Yeah, Riley's the first.
I understand him putting Kaela first because he's saying thank you for taking in my daughter. He is showing her appreciation. Girl, they can't be. She is behind. She will never be before Riley. All right, Ali, thank you. Stay up, because we probably have a conversation later.
Okay.
All right. Laura B, what's good? What you think? Let me know what you think. You on mute.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
What's good? I can hear you. What's good?
Hey y'all, so I have a completely opposite take than everyone who's been up here before. There was no problem with Kaela being first. This is why. Hear me out. So
you breaking up, baby.
In my family, can y'all hear me now? Is this better? Okay, so my parents, my mother had 2 kids before her and my dad got married. Her and my dad have been married for, I think next year will make it 35 years, right?
You breaking up, baby.
So my dad, before I was born, oh, I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so before I was born, my mom had 2 kids. Especially my older brother, my dad and my older brother, they bonded so much. My older brother, his biological dad, he doesn't even look at that as his dad. He looks at my father as his dad. When he graduated from high school, his biological dad showed up high as a kite. And he said, he looked at that man, like flicked his hand and said, whatever, because my dad was the one who had been with him since he was a toddler. Grew up with him. My dad and my brother are so close. They all like the same sports team because he grew up like that. So I feel like if my dad was to do a Mother's Day post, he would do my older sister and my older brother, who were my mother's children before us, and then me and my little brother, just because we ain't no average ready-made family. I don't even look at my older brother and sister as step brother and sisters. They are my brother and my sister, period. Like, we, mind you, I think it's a difference also because Kaela, I think Todd, he found out about Kaela when she was like already older. She wasn't like...
Yeah, he found out about her since she was already older. However, your situation differs because her mother's journey started before you and she had 2 kids before you. So your mama's story differs. If he was telling her Happy Mother's Day, it's
beginning of their journey.
The story differs because those are kids that started her mother's day, her mother's journey. This ain't no happy family, Kingsley. It can't be no fucking happy family if Riley isn't happy. Riley ain't happy.
Go, bro, how you know Riley ain't happy?
Because I done seen the girl break down on camera phone. Y'all trying to act like y'all didn't see this shit. She always looking sad.
You know, she don't. She do not be looking sad.
She do be looking sad. They done stole her joy. Always worried about what Kaela got going on.
I feel like Kandi just doesn't want Kaela to be like feeling left out.
What?
She don't want Kaela to feel like the eyeball. Her mama.
She is the eyeball. That's not her mama. Riley feel like the eyeball around Todd. Riley feel like the eyeball around Todd. That's not her daddy.
Yeah, because Todd be trying to put Riley to work. I don't be liking that though.
Yeah, but Riley ain't find no fucking chicken at the OLG. I'm sorry, because y'all making me mad. Y'all making me mad. And I gotta go and check on your kids, Lord B, to make sure they over there being taken care of and being treated right.
No.
Because when y'all get these niggas around here, y'all get to put them.
I don't even like men. Like I fuck.
Okay. Well, you're a woman.
I'm sorry.
You're a woman.
No, I'm attracted to only men, but I don't really like them. I think men are bad people. So I ain't putting no kids. I ain't putting no man over my kids. That would never happen. But yeah, I think you know, I don't know, because now that you mentioned Kaela is Todd's first child, I don't know, but I feel like they could be one big happy family, especially since Kaela and Riley are like they're sisters now. They done bonded a lot.
They're not sisters, but I mean, I get what you're saying. They share siblings, but they're not really a sister.
But I still feel like Kandi is right for having something set aside for Riley before she met Todd.
When did she have something set aside for Riley before she
Remember in the prenup? I feel like that prenup, that means whatever I had before you, Todd, is for Riley.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said. Mama Joyce told her to do that, and she said, "What about the other kids?" Yes, she did. They didn't. Oh yes. She said, "What about the other kids?" Everything that she got before the marriage is not going to Riley. But stay up, Laura B. We gotta let somebody else go. Then we gon'.
Okay, yeah, I apologize, y'all.
You good, boo?
Q said Q said drop the link.
Okay, what's good, Mandy? What you want? How you feel? Let me know. You on mute, Mandy? Hey, I can. What's good?
Okay, what's up? Gabor, I agree completely. I agree with you completely. Okay. But also, let's be honest, I also think, are you a firstborn? I think you've said this.
I am the firstborn. I am.
I think firstborns, we do have a little bit of a jealousy thing because we do also get a lot of responsibility, and then we tend to see other kids, you know, get the fun side of our parents, or the like the laid back side of our parents. So I think that plays into a thing. And also, again, like Riley was an only kid for like 10 years, which is the same as me and my brother. And yeah, you kind of get salty even just with your parents and see how they treat them different, right? So I think that plays into why she doesn't like it. And then again, like you said, Kaela ain't her fucking sister. Like, who's Kaela? Who this? You know, like that makes it even more irritating. And that I agree with that because, again, I also think my situation is actually more like this, but
what is your situation?
We adopted my cousin. So yeah, so we kind of look at him like my brother now. I have my but he's the youngest. The cousin is the youngest, the adopted one. So yeah, so he's the youngest. So it doesn't feel like a competition, but then also my parents' kids, we definitely do get a priority over what's going on in the house. And, you know, like if we want to go to a restaurant, we get to choose, you know, like things like that. Like he can choose sometimes, but like it's not all the time, you know, like just how things work. So I definitely agree. And like Kaela should have been last. I definitely don't even think she should have been post. But since we want to include her, she should have definitely been last in that post. Or like, if anything, just a family picture. That's it.
Yeah, or it could have been just a family picture. I'm not against that, but I'm just saying, for me,
not first.
No,
not first.
Yeah,
at all.
Not first ever in life. Kaela is not coming before Riley ever in life. But all I'm saying is, You know, it could have been a family picture first and then Riley, but there would never be a day where Riley should be behind Kaela in the Mother's Day post to Kandi, because Riley is what made Kandi a mother.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly. Todd doesn't really post about Riley like that.
No, he don't post about. He don't really like her. He thinks she's
Let's
spoiled.
be honest. Yeah, because Riley said, if I need control over this money. Like, this man just ain't just gonna come here and take my inheritance. So yeah, I do not like Todd, actually, a lot. I've never liked him.
I see you, Gabor. You're mean treating Kaela like I'm not treating. Don't do me that, S lover. I'm not treating Kaela no type of way. I'm not treating no. What y'all doing is y'all mean because y'all treating Riley like she fucking Cinderella, like she one of the stepsisters, all to appease Kaela. Kaela got a whole mama around now, living in Section 8 with other brothers and sisters that already got kids and stuff. Kaela got a mama.
Did her mom have an addiction? Kayla's mom have an addiction? I remember that.
I don't know what she got going on.
Like, she was addicted to something. She was kind of crazy. I don't know what was going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Mandy.
Thank you.
What's good, Queen? Let me know what you think.
Hi, Gabor. Can you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. You're not going to be happy with me today.
It's okay. It's okay.
You know, I actually disagree.
You disagree?
I think that all kids, once you marry and blend a family, it's just that. It's a blended family.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the kids should be treated equally. If anything, yes, I could see Todd being messy, probably because, people have been kind of treating Kaela like an outsider in terms of, people like Mama Joyce, people like you, like, if anything.
No, people like Todd. People like Todd. People like Todd was treating her like an outsider.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah, some people like Todd, because Kandi wanted to make, Kandi was trying to make Todd give her car, whatever, because every birthday Kandi was buying him a new car, and he was trying to get, she was trying to get Todd to give her the Range Rover, and he didn't want to give it to her. You see what I'm saying? Oh yes. I've been watching what was going on. Todd was around her, treating her like she was a stepchild, not wanting her to get nothing.
Todd is the problem, and I just feel like, yes, there's a better way he could have approached that, because if he had let's say he did put Riley first and put Kaela second or last, it would look weird.
He shouldn't have put her second. Well, she's supposed to be last. She's supposed to be last. I'm never coming up off of that.
Gabor, you're making me laugh at stuff that I feel like I shouldn't be laughing at. That girl is that's Kayla's daughter. I mean, that's Kandi's daughter too.
Who?
Kaela.
Girl, please, in what world?
That's when they married. She was still a minor,
Queen.
right?
I'm just Queen.
No, how old was she when they actually got married?
Like 12 or 13.
Okay, so she was a preteen. So
girl, she had already had her period.
Okay, but she was still a little girl.
But Queen, let me say
see,
this.
that's the thing that touches on a whole other issue.
What?
Let's say, okay, let me put it this way: what if Todd didn't bring a daughter into the marriage? What if he brought a son, a 12-year-old son? Mm-hmm. Would you be saying that was a grown man?
Yeah, I will.
Yes.
But I'm saying, but Queen, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Kandi can't mother the girl or do none of that. All I'm saying is that she will never be before Riley. That's all I'm saying.
It's why do we think there's a competition?
Why would Riley picture not be first? Y'all let them mistreat Riley. Y'all do that to people. Y'all do that, and I see that y'all do that to overweight girls. Y'all do that to Riley because she overweight, and I don't like that. No. Yes.
No,
let's be real.
That's completely no. Obviously, Riley is Kandi's first daughter. Obviously,
it ain't obvious though, because Kaela was posted first in the obituary. So it ain't obvious.
Well, I don't.
If,
You know
if
what? I
somebody
don't.
didn't,
I don't think.
but
I don't
Kaela,
think
do
that
you?
Riley is threatened by Kayla. I don't. I've never seen her
I
feel
see her.
or.
I see her looking sad all the time. She be looking sad. She be looking like, why is this bitch here? You know what I'm saying?
The
That's what I
inheritance
see.
is threatened. The
Is
inheritance is
that
threatened.
because of Kayla, or is that because of her not having her biological father in her life? That's the only thing I saw her get sad about on the show when they talked about Block.
Mm-hmm.
She should be. I think she's happy that she has a male presence in Todd. If anything, I mean, we're not in their household, but at least he's filling that void.
Is he?
I mean, he's there, and we see him.
But it's a difference between what did how y'all say? It's the difference between
Raising a
providing
child.
for a child and raising a child. He don't even look like he said,
Mhm.
Riley, good morning. Riley don't look. Yeah,
I
Queen.
remember that. I remember him being really playful with her in earlier seasons. When they had the whole family on, they put a lot into her, trying to
He
get her to
walked.
come out of her shell because she used to be really shy. I saw him,
Queen, he
be
walked
gentle.
away. Queen, when they was discussing the, did you must have took a season off. You remember when they was doing the estate planning and Riley was saying that she wanted Kandi to leave her something to the side because she don't think that Todd gonna do her like Riley. If something happened to her, she don't think that Todd is going to treat her like Kandi does. And he got upset and walked off and said, all y'all care about is money. He said, you don't think I'll treat
Wait,
you
who
right?
said that?
Oh yes. Oh
Riley
yes.
said that. She said
Yes,
he.
she did.
Oh,
Yes, she
yeah.
did.
You
Put
don't
three in the
remember that?
chat. Oh yes. She said
I
Yes, I
remember Mama
remember
Joy
that.
saying something about that.
he got up and walked away and said, all y'all fucking care about is money. They had to
And that's
to
the
cut
day I
his
did not
spine.
like him.
Yes,
That's
he
the day I
did.
did not like that man.
And
That's the
Riley
day I
was
did
just
not
sitting
like
there.
Well, this is why people should be equally yoked when they married. Kandi should
Mm-hmm.
not have married anybody who wasn't already a millionaire, because then she wouldn't have to worry about that. Because if he has more money than her, it doesn't have to be, you know, questionable whether or not. The only reason it would be questionable, because what would Todd have to take care of Riley if Kandi was, to God forbid pass away? So I think that's just a byproduct of, like, marrying down.
Mm.
So
Mm.
yeah, that's all I
Thank you,
say.
Erica. Yeah, Riley definitely said that. Riley definitely said that. Yeah, and he walked off. Todd was upset. Todd was pissed. He walked away and was cussing and everything. I say, child. Yeah.
We all
All right,
heard
Queen.
what Riley said before. She said, I met the man twice and now he's living in my house.
Oh. Okay. Who we got? We got Trust Love. What's good, Trust Love? Let me know what you think.
Okay, so hey everybody.
Hey.
I'm coming from two perspectives here. So,
Mm-hmm.
I also am a product of being a stepchild, and also being a bonus mother. So I can
Mm-hmm.
kind of understand where you're coming from, but then I can also piggyback of like Ali. Like, so I do feel like Todd was being a little messy. I don't understand why he couldn't just post a family picture. Like that just would have solved everything. He didn't have to post.
You went out, Trust Love.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really understand why he felt like he needed to post 3 or 4 separate pictures. That to me was just stupid. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, going into as what you would call a ready-made family,
Mm-hmm.
um, you do go in knowing that you do have to love that child or these children as your own. Now, I
I think that's
think
unrealistic, Trust Love.
let me just
Okay,
say
I'm
this.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you from my
Okay.
perspective,
Okay.
okay? Being that
Are
I'm in this situation.
but no, I'm asking, are you speaking from when you're telling me this, are you saying it from being a bonus mom or being the bonus child?
There's two different
Okay.
feelings.
Okay.
So as a bonus mother, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's completely different. So as a bonus mother, I knew that I would have to go into this marriage loving this child. I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I already knew that. Um, and of course, when I had my own child with this man, as you guys say, it's unrealistic to love that child the same. I don't necessarily believe that.
Mm.
I do think that there is a difference only because that when you're carrying a child, there's just no way to explain that. When you're actually growing a child inside of you, to me, for me, it's just not the same. However, I do love my bonus son with all of my heart and would do anything for him.
Yeah, but I know you
So,
do. I do believe you when you say that trust love. But when you had Joe baby, it
mhm.
was a deeper love, wasn't it? It was a deeper love inside, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a deeper connection. I think it's about the connection. I carried
Mm-hmm.
this child for 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's to me, it's about the connection.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's where that comes from. I can't speak for
Trust
anybody
love.
else.
Trust
Hmm.
love. If you was my sister and your husband posted a picture of your bonus child before your child, we would have a motherfucking issue.
And my husband would
Um
never do that. He would
okay.
never do that. And
Okay.
I would never do that. That
Okay.
to me, that was just stupid. Now,
Okay.
speaking on now, coming from being a bonus child, I could
Mm-hmm.
understand why that would be problematic. Because I would be
Mm-hmm.
looking crazy too. Like, wait a minute, why did he post her first? So I can understand how the optics look. Because it did look
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
And could you
So
imagine could you imagine what we gonna see over there on Real Housewives of Atlanta or Candy speak on it if if something happened to Candy and he ended up putting Kaela in the obituary first? How Mama Joyce them gonna be down there
why
clowning?
are you trying to kill this woman
I'm not
off?
trying to kill her, but I'm just saying that post is an indication of what the obituary gonna say.
I think that Candy is a smart enough woman and she probably already got that taken care of. I'm just saying. Like she probably already got everything laid out. Don Juan probably already got all that taken care of. I don't think that she would even leave that up to Todd because he's just stupid. Because I'm he just don't seem like he even know how to handle stuff like that. And like Ali said, to me it was disrespectful to her mother, to Riley and Candy. Like it was just stupid all the way around. Like I make sure I
Yeah.
try to think about all parties involved. Anytime I post him, the children, everybody, I try to think about all parties involved here,
Mm-hmm.
because it can be disrespectful. So,
Yeah, and I hear
you know,
you sound like a good bonus mom. You know, I think
I
that I would
try to
be a good
be.
I think that I would be a good bonus father too. But I would be lying to you if I tell you I'm gonna love them like I love mine. I probably love them like you said. I probably love my bonus child with all my heart, but I would love my child with all my heart and my soul. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I think that, and I
It's
think that's because it's just that child came from you, and I
Yeah,
think,
like if I'm
yeah,
making 9 chicken nuggets, it's 9 chicken nuggets. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give my child 5, and he'll have 4.
I ain't saying no. I ain't doing it. No, no, no. I
Oh
ain't gonna do
yes,
that.
oh yes.
No, no.
It's you know what I'm saying? But at least it's split and then it's one. It ain't like I'm giving my child 6 and giving them 3. I'm gonna give my child 5 and I'm gonna give that child 4.
I ain't gonna sit here. I'm not co-signing that, but I will be honest and tell you
Girl,
it
I'd be
was
like,
not
if I saw
easy.
you over there making plates, girl, I would have went over there and took that plate off that baby
No,
thing and put it
we
on
don't do
or put it
that.
on my nephew plate.
We don't do that over here. But I will be honest and tell you it was not easy. It's been a long road,
Mm-hmm.
getting here, but we've gotten to a good place. He's a teenager now and we've
Mm-hmm.
come a long way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not easy. And I think being in his shoes, I could be a little, understanding and compassionate and understand where he was coming from, so I can't say that all bonus parents may have understood, his perspective on things. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, Trust, well,
Just my
thank
little
you.
two cents.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All
Bye,
right.
y'all.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hmm.
Is it a bonus? Is you have a bonus stepdaddy or stepmama?
I have both. I have both.
Mm.
Yeah,
Is you
yeah.
the oldest?
I'm the oldest. Yep. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell you, I was hell on wheels. I was just like you. I was a
Me too.
I was hell on wheels. So yeah, I could understand. So I was like, "Ooh, let me get some grace," because I know I was probably getting all that back. So yeah.
All right. Thank you,
All
Trust
right.
Love.
Okay.
Wait, okay. Now, as love, I'm not splitting up no goddamn chicken. I'm giving my child 5 and I'm gonna get the other one 4. I'm not splitting up no goddamn chicken nugget. Shit. What's good, Q? What you think? Let me know.
Good evening. Did you skip
Good
over
evening.
Kelly?
She already went.
Okay. So catch me up a little bit before I see which direction I'm going down.
The same thing. Okay, so all I'm saying is, Kaela. I'm not saying that Kaela shouldn't be in the post. I'm just saying that Kaela should have been behind Riley. She should have been last on the post. I'm not saying she shouldn't be in the post. They married. She'd have born his daughter. Got it. But Riley made Kandi a mother. That's all I'm saying, and she should be behind Riley. That's all I'm saying. So, what do you think?
She shouldn't be on the post at all.
She shouldn't be on the post at all. Okay, but you and Callie vicious, baby. I love it. I'm not mad at it though. But go ahead. Oh, Jesus.
Let me say this. You know you can get the people talking, baby, just for no reason, because you made a whole damn video about this. I love it. So this is the thing.
This really was on my heart.
I hear you. This my thing. This really Kandi fault. Every time I turn around, Kandi got to marry some man with some kids already. AJ had 15 kids. Come to find out, AJ unfortunately passed away. And then Kandi, next thing we know, Kandi taking care of the kids, putting them through college, buying them homes and cars and stuff. Here come Kaela. I ain't got no issue with Kaela. But here come Kaela and Todd with all these kids. There's another daughter. Riley looking how she looked, acting how she looked. Riley, just a mess. Take care of Riley first. Why Kaela in the front? Take care of Riley.
Right.
Then you got I don't want to tear Riley down, but we saw how Riley looked on TV.
We saw Kaela, but look at Kaela in the picture though. Riley got that stuff worked out though.
But here's the thing though, that's a picture. We saw it for years on TV.
But she was going through a little phase. Hold on. But we're not gonna jump on my niece though.
We are. She's still she's still going through the phase.
No, she's not.
What you say the other day? She's still going through the phase.
But go ahead.
I mean, I just don't. I think I get what you're saying. I really do. On seriousness, I really do get what everybody is saying. I do think that Kaela should have not been in the front of the post. I get what Kandi is trying to do. I get it. All that stuff. I ain't hating or whatever. I'm just really just joking. But I don't think that Kaela should have been in the front. And I just think that hopefully, and I'm sure there's not. Hopefully, there's no kind of like animosity in the household and no kind of like, why is she always here? Why is she always there? This and that. I get what Kandi's trying to do. She's trying to make everybody feel whole. Trying to make Kaela feel like you are part of the family. But I don't think I don't think Kaela should be in the post at all. It should have just been about. It should have been about Riley and Blaze, because where Blaze at? We ain't seen Blaze in how long?
She was in the post. Blaze is in the post. Let me ask you a question, Q. Do you think that you can love somebody else? Do you think that you can love somebody else's child like you love your own?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know if I would get with anybody who already has a child. I'm just being real.
Okay.
I'm just being real. And maybe maybe that's that only child syndrome. I don't know. I'm just being real honest.
Come on, Richard. He said Kandi is beating us with Kaela, and I'm sick of it. Me too. Blaze and the other one are all over Todd's IG. Right, Riley ain't never over there.
That's because Blaze and what's name is Todd's children too.
Yes, they are.
Riley not his child.
Riley,
that's my thing. So that's why I said what I said earlier. Riley ain't over there on Todd, and Kaela shouldn't be over there on Kandi's.
Yeah, and my thing is too. What I'm saying is, I see a one-sided relationship, and the thing is, yes, Riley is kind of in her shell, but you have to work overtime. You have to treat Riley like that's your daughter. Todd is like, oh, she over there like that or whatever. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But you have to work with her just like she your child. She needs to feel safe.
Yeah, and we see how Todd treat Kaela. Made her work, ain't want to buy her no car. Riley different. Riley come from a millionaire. Her mama got money. You damn right. As long as you do what you need to do in school, I'm gonna get you what you need. I think that's what Kandi was kind of alluding to when it come to that. Like, I'm not getting ready. You can do that with Kaela, get her a Honda, but my child get ready to ride around in the Bentley. So that's all I got for now.
All right, thank you, Q.
This wig is horrible, child. All right.
No, baby, it's giving down the summer. Baby, come over. All right, Jory. What's good, Jory? What you want to talk about?
Hi, Gabo. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you. I'm from Australia.
Okay.
Yes, honey. Yes. I don't think Kaela and Kandi like each other, and it never gave that for me on the show. And I feel like they just now got good.
Kandi and
That's
Kaela?
what it's giving. Yeah. And I think Todd and his big head was
Hmm.
being petty in posting Kayla first.
That's what I believe too. Deep in my heart, I do believe that. Jari, you went out.
Oh, did I?
There you go. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hold on. This internet's ghetto. Hold on.
But I think Kayla looks good in this picture. I'll just say that. She
What's up,
actually looks
Queen?
more she looks
Queen.
she looks more girly than she did on the show. So I thought you were being kind by
Ages
actually
I was
her.
being kind. I
this
was
much.
being kind.
I don't know what happened.
She just looked around the way. She didn't look like she was brought up like Riley was brought up. Let me
But
say
she looks
that.
like a girl because on the show she was very tomboyish, which isn't bad. But it's
Mm.
just nice to see her look like she's got her sunglasses, got her, her sewing or whatever is going on, and she got the little T-Boss TLC
Oh,
jewelry.
absolutely
It's
not.
cute.
Not T-Boss.
I
Not
like
T-Boss.
it. It's cute. I like it. She kind of
Okay.
looks like Chili. Okay, I just said that to make you angry.
It's giving Frankie, but I
That's a
Not
good.
got.
Frankie.
Uh,
But go.
Oh, Lord.
Jari, can you back? Jari? It probably went out. All right, Essence, what's good? What you want to talk about?
Hello, I'm here today
Hey.
because this is a SVU case
Mm-hmm.
of um, this transgression that is
Mm.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I understand you as a parent um, have concerns about how Kandi is choosing to see her daughters as her daughters. But I want to
Mm-hmm.
say this, where
Mm-hmm.
you are right in is the fact that Todd Tucker should have never have placed Kayla on his Mother's Day post to his wife first. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, he should have followed the beat that Candy had produced down in Puerto Rico and placed
Mm-hmm.
her last.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but also, if it's Mother's Day, she didn't physically give birth to Kayla, so you should have
Mm-hmm.
also gave it up, did your ones and twos for your baby mama, who actually birthed Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
So I never seen him do a post on Mother's Day about his first, baby mother.
Have we ever seen
So
the first baby mama? Have you ever posted her?
I think Kayla has on her page, but I don't follow
Let me go
her.
look. I'm about to go
So
find her. Hold on.
okay, go
Because
try
I
to
got to go
find
see what's
her.
going on.
Yeah, because this is an
Because
SBU
I
case,
know
baby.
she
We
got
gotta get
nieces and
down to the
nephews and stuff
marrow.
already.
Yes.
Go
Um,
ahead.
but I appreciate again when you're a mother, when it comes to my mother,
Mm-hmm.
she knows the convictions of being a wife and a mother. So the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, Candy has already had great practice in loving kids that are not her own. I think
Mm-hmm.
another person up here on the panel already stated about AJ. He had six, well, four before they were together, and then six when they were together. So in that, she learned how to love children that didn't come from her loins. In that, we have to be appreciative that Candy truly knows a mother's love.
Mm-hmm.
Joyce taught her well.
Mm.
And in teaching her well, she knows that Kayla is a great, great girl. And she's always going to need to make sure that she overcompensates because she had to be the mother and the father,
Mm.
while Joyce had to be the mother at times as well. So um, I just appreciate the fact that Candy doesn't try to parent from a place of brokenness. And what I mean by that, or lack, I won't say brokenness, but I would say out of lack. She parents from where her coin and her bag's at. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She's a rich bitch. So she's going to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that she takes care of her child the way she needs to takes care of it. I didn't respect the fact that Todd was trying to tell her what to do with her money. This is pre-housewives money.
Okay.
This is pre um what the two shows he had on the TV1 network.
Mm.
um Again, yeah, he may have contributed to a light bill here and there, but I'm pretty sure that her money covered the households. And in that, you can't tell her what to do with her coins for her daughter that she birthed with a man that she was the side chick to. You can't do that, baby.
He was trying to tell her what to do. He was
With the
trying to tell her
with the panoramic,
he was trying to tell
with
her
the
what to do with
Porsche.
he was trying to tell her what to do with Mama Joyce's house. And I don't
That
see no picture.
too.
I don't see no picture of Kandi on Kayla's page, baby. I don't see
Baby,
no
it's
picture. I don't see no picture of Kandi even on the page. She just making it seem like she just that girl. But you wasn't living like this before you went over there and got a hold of Candy's money.
but she was living, but again, she was living a New
She
York
wasn't living
type of
like
life.
that. She wasn't living like that. She was living on the stoop.
She was not in Bethlehem Pardo. That was not a low income house home she was living at. You know,
She was living in the projects, baby.
she wasn't in the PJs, baby. She was in a brownstone
Mm-mm.
with her grandmother, not her mother, her
No, with her
grandmother.
mother, she was living with her mother and her siblings. They was living in the projects, baby.
Siblings. She got
Yes,
siblings.
her mama got other kids.
How many?
She got at least two,
Oh
because I know she got a
wow.
sister with a baby. Oh yes.
So Kayla really needs this love then, especially with her being the old, and you can understand this being the oldest of
Mm-hmm.
your clan. She needs that
No, of my
additional
mama's
love.
kids. I'm the oldest of my mama's kids. Yeah, and
Just
my
on your
daddy's
mama's side.
kids. I'm the
That's
oldest
what I'm
of my
saying.
mama and my daddy. I'm the
That's what
oldest.
I was.
I'm the
That's what I was
oldest
trying to say,
everything. I'm the
Sammy.
oldest
Correct.
child, grandchild, great grandchild, great great.
Got it. And that's what I'm getting at. Being the
Mm-hmm.
oldest, you can understand the need for that additional love and support. And if Kenny is, big enough to give it, we have to respect that. Yes, it may be
Child,
overkill that she's trying to make sure that she feels like she's engrafted into the family, but we have to love the fact that she's trying to make it an even playing field, even though we know Raleigh is a couple of notches over her.
I
But
don't feel like I don't know if Riley is a couple of everything that I see with Riley is being divided and split up.
okay, I
And
got a question.
hold on, let me read the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Q. He's like Kayla giving fresh out of rehab in this picture. Thank you for the super chat,
Oh,
Q. I appreciate it.
she look
Michelle,
like
it's no pictures of
glowing.
candies on her page. It's no pictures of Candy on her page. She's trying to make it seem like she's just that girl.
She look like
Thank you for the
glowing.
super chat, Dina. She said, "Can we talk about Todd's post for Fatuna? Who is Fatuna? Let me go look and see."
Fatuma is the friend that used to be with Sheree, but now she's really good friends with Candy. She's a really nice girl, though, guys. She's
Mm,
she's she's a nice girl.
mm,
I know her. But
let me go
this
look
is
and
how we
see.
can tell where the money is, though. Look, has Kayla ever got a nose job?
I don't know. She tatted up.
Has Kayla ever got a wig that stomps her forehead by 2 inches?
Listen, I don't know what's going on over there with Kaela. I don't pay attention
Oh,
to Kaela. I only pay attention to my niece. I know Kaela. I know that Kaela better not be over there. I better not see Kaela over there on Next Gen NYC.
but what if her sister needs backup
Well,
and she's there to back her sister up?
well, she
She's a
don't have
Burris
she
too,
don't have a sister
Devor.
on the show. What?
She's a Burris too.
She's not a Burris. Stop that, y'all.
If Mama Joyce can
If
love
Candy
her,
want to go,
it's
that's
time for
not
you to
her.
love
Mama
her.
Joy. Do
If
Mama
it's
Joyce
if
love
Mama,
her?
she
I listen.
does.
I'm not gonna mistreat her.
You are
But
mistreating her
Riley,
because you're
that's baby. That's the
misclassing
great great
her.
girl that Candy had over there before
It's
Camille
been
came
90
around.
seconds.
Oh, okay,
I know you ain't talking Cali. Don't get it popping. No, I'm joking. I thank
okay,
you. I'm gonna drop down.
okay. What's good, Jory? Go ahead and finish. We could.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. It's raining really heavy, so the internet is wild. But that's what I'm trying to say to you. Kayla does not like candy. And that's what you're saying,
Mm,
couple. She doesn't have candy on her page. I think they just became cool recently. That's why we've seen now Candy post Kayla a lot more now in the last 2 years. But I've never seen it. I've been following Candy since 2012.
mm-hmm.
Since before Kayla came to the picture. We don't like Kayla. Kayla's a pretty girl, yes, but that's Todd's daughter. That's not our niece. We don't like Kayla. Kayla, when women say, "Oh, I want to be in fashion," girl, bye. You can't
Mm,
even dress. Your skin will be dry.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we are on Team Riley, and that's it. And I saw the picture. I'm like, hold on, why is Kayla here? That's not
But
Candy's daughter.
Yes, girl, but I tell you, my heart damn that dropped out my chest when I seen that. And
Yes.
all Candy gonna write is thanks, babe. I love you.
Because but she's mad at Todd. And I like Todd. I think Todd is a great husband.
You
But
do?
yes.
You think he's a great husband?
I think so.
Okay. What about it is great?
He supports Candy.
Mm.
He brings opportunity for Candy. Yes, it's because he's using her name. But Candy wasn't on board way before Todd. Come on now. Candy
I
wasn't on
agree
board.
with that too. He was
The
a plus to her life. He
the
Yeah,
hadn't
boy,
he
done anything
added.
negative.
baby,
Yeah, he added accessory.
the boy is in hell, baby.
I think y'all forgot that season when we saw the truth about Todd because people like to pretend like those episodes never happened. And I think that that's the reality of their relationship. And all of this he supports me stuff is a PR stunt.
I don't think so. I think
We
I
saw
think
it. She
I
said
think
he was
well,
at the
yes, that
strip
was in the
club
past,
all the time.
but today, Candy was stuck in Atlanta. She would have been the queen of Atlanta if it wasn't for Todd. He's the one who told her to broaden her opportunities. We should look to Broadway. We should look to production. And lo and behold, she's richer before now. She's richer now than she was before. I think he's an added value to her.
I don't
Exactly.
believe he really did that.
I
I think
think
a
it's
lot of
so
times when women get with
crazy.
men
Can
that
I
are
say
not
something real quick?
successful,
Hold on,
they
y'all.
give them that credit.
Hold on, y'all. We gotta Richie. We gotta let Jari finish, then we gotta let Richie go, and then we gonna talk for about 5 minutes. But
Oh no,
go ahead, Jari.
I'm done. Thanks, Gabo.
Okay, what's good, Richie? What you want to talk about? You on mute?
Give me a project chick.
Hey,
That's what Kayla looked like in that picture.
that's where she from, though. She represented well.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm. But I will say this though, I don't want to see Kaela no more on Real Housewives of Atlanta no more unless she over there cleaning up. Other than that, I
Hmm.
don't want to see her. But go ahead, Richie. What you want to talk about?
And
Do you think that
somebody,
Kayla should have been in the post? Do you think that Kayla should have been last? You know, Q and Callie, they say she shouldn't be in the post at all. You know what I'm saying? Ali and Queen and Trestlove say that there should have been a whole family photo. I don't think that she should have been at the end. What you think she should have been? What you think?
I think a family photo or skip the Mother's Day celebration or the Mother's Day post. That one by one slide
Mm-hmm.
with the technicalities of, well, she was born first. Bullshit.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right.
Right?
Born
Just
first for
post a
her
family
mother.
picture or do not. Kayla, go to the back and eat your food. The living room is for family gatherings.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Yes, it is. Go to the back and eat your food, baby. Matter of fact, go wash the dishes while we eating, child.
Right? And who said that Todd was there to fill in um Block's place for Riley?
I don't see that. I
Some no
don't see
some
him. I don't see him trying
somebody
to fill in
said that
Brock's place.
tonight.
No,
The
they
only thing,
didn't. No, they did. I know they didn't say that.
yes, somebody said that
They must have
tonight.
said it in the chat and I missed it.
Listen, the only thing I see Todd filling is his pockets.
Mm.
That's all.
Hold on. Thank you for the super chat, Laura B. She say justice for ready-made families. It could be okay. Listen, I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not against ready-made families. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just we're not gonna mistreat Riley, and we're not gonna push Riley to the side. That's all
How
I'm
come
saying.
Riley mama name was not on the post? That's what I'm trying to understand. I wonder if he did that to throw shade at her, to be perfectly honest.
I think he did.
I do too.
I think that was the real intent.
Yeah.
What?
His baby mama, and we missed that whole plot because that's really his intent. But he messed around and really shaded Kandi and Riley. So, but he intended to shade Kayla's biological mother.
So who was the other lady that he posts with the two kids afterwards?
Atuma.
I want to say that they say that was one of Candy's friends.
She used to be Sheree's friend. Now she Kandi friend.
He didn't post no picture of Mama Joyce and telling her Happy Mother's Day. If it wasn't for him, he would. If he didn't post no picture of Mama Joyce, he wouldn't. If it wasn't for Mama Joyce, he wouldn't hit the lottery.
That's Todd. He's a sneaky mother.
And that's why I think this heat should be directed at him and not his child. Which is why I think it's crazy that a minute ago people were like, "Oh, Todd is such an asset. He made her richer." I was like, that is crazy. Like,
no.
Todd couldn't even make himself rich. How the heck he gonna make Kandi rich?
That's what I'm saying. If y'all want to talk about dick worshiping or male identified, that's the psychology behind that. Because if you have a problem with the daughter, but can go ahead and praise the father, that's weird. Like, you're saying Kaela shouldn't be here, but then in one breath, but in the next breath, you're like, oh wow, but that Todd, her father, he's an asset. That's giving internalized misogyny.
Todd over there giving Kandi money to the girls at the strip club, and we all know it. We saw it on the show. This is why I don't understand why everyone acts like these episodes didn't happen, when I think that those episodes are the reality of their relationship.
Thank you, Kylie. Thank you so much.
I think Kandi back on being her lesbian stuff. Because why what's name get a whole post? But what's her name, Fatuma? Why she get a whole post?
Kandi's back, like she stopped.
I think she probably stopped for a second.
And
now Todd got them both. Got it so good she got a whole post.
Doing them both.
And Kandi probably taking care of them kids too. Everybody but Riley.
I don't know. If I wanted to pay for a man, it wouldn't be Todd. Like, I don't.
But she said Todd had a big stick.
And Todd ain't that bad
small
looking.
For me to care. You know what I mean?
No, he Todd ain't bad. Todd ain't bad looking.
Todd
I'm not gonna say that he's bad looking.
Older than Kandi. He's short.
Kandi short.
He ain't way older than no Kandi.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Let me see.
He is.
What you mean, like 17 years?
Oh.
Well, no, 17 years at Kandi age is Mama Joy's age. Kandi is older than me.
He 3 years older than her. Callie, he 3 years older than her, Callie.
I thought he was like 8 years older than her.
They was in high school together, Mama.
Wrong again.
Are you serious?
Yes, baby.
I thought he was like
he is 51.
Callie, he 3 years older than a baby.
Let it go.
Well, regardless of that, I would not pay for Todd. You know what I mean? Like, if I had money and I'm like, I just want a man, I don't care if he don't have no money, it wouldn't be Todd.
So you would pay for a man? Just
no,
like
I'm
Todd.
saying if I was in that mindset of Kandi, hell no, I ain't paying for no man. I don't want no man I got to pay for. That's not sexy to me at all. But I'm saying if I was in that mindset, I'm sorry, I need a 6'6" built, gorgeous, tatted up, like not.
But didn't she have a tall man?
But she
wasn't Riley father tall, and look what happened with that.
Like
you know.
Have you ever seen Block?
But he's still tall.
AJ was nice
Todd
looking.
is short, and
but y'all have to also understand what Kandi go for. Kandi was dating Gerald Levert. She was dating AJ. She was dating Block. Like Kandi ain't out here dating Idris.
I'm saying if I'm paying, you got to look like Idris at least.
But didn't Phaedra hook them up?
Yeah, Phaedra hooked them up.
Isn't this Phaedra's fault? And that's kind of crazy. You got to watch who your friends hook you up with, because Shamia was the same one that hooked Portia up with what's his name? Simon. So it's like these women will pick the best men for themselves. But then
Phaedra picked the best for herself. Who was the best for Phaedra?
Okay.
No, Phaedra.
Okay. That my theory doesn't check out there.
But
if you have a frenemy, they will hook you up with somebody that they wouldn't get with.
But you said Shamia. Shamia with Gerald. Have you seen what Gerald look like?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying that, but I was like, wait, no. So Shamia's check. Okay, well, he looks like that, but he's got
I don't think that Gerald is bad looking.
$500 million.
I just think
what?
No, Jill is just a little older.
I don't think that
lies,
he's
you
bad.
kid.
I don't think that he's bad
Yeah.
looking. He just looks like he don't look American. He looks like he's from Kenya. He looks like a man that's from Kenya. I don't see bad looking.
I don't think
Listen,
that
if you have $500 million to your name, I
Who
might
got
not
$500
care what
million?
you look like.
Well, ain't nobody
Gerald?
up here $500
Who
million.
got $500 million?
But
Girl?
From what I
saying,
looked up,
there
he
she
got
had like
half a
20
million.
million.
No, he got more than that.
Who, Gerald? Who?
Look at it. If people are believing that Simon has 300 million and his money
Nobody
is
believes
not
that.
worth
Believe
Where
that.
you get that from?
Hey,
well, it's people who were reciting that for a couple of months until he
No,
got
I heard 40. I ain't
heard
heard
it
no
off.
300.
wait,
Well, I don't know about
Gerald
that.
really got 500 mil?
Drew ain't got no $500 million.
Well,
Oh.
from last time I looked it up,
I was
but-
about to say he kind of cute.
right?
Mm.
You start looking good after 100 million. After that mark, you know.
Guys, I'm
But you know
Kenyan.
what? I don't think she
Guys,
is.
I'm
It's
Kenyan.
bad looking.
Yeah.
He just looks like an
You hold
older
on.
man.
You're Kenyan, Mandy.
Yeah. I'm actually in
Okay.
Kenya right
Yeah.
now.
Okay, what's good? Let me
What's
see.
up?
Is he worth 500 million? Let me look him up. Gerald
No, he's a lot
Mwangani.
a lot of money.
He has what?
Because he has a legitimate business.
Is it
But
5
He
million?
has a lot of money. He has a lot
I
of
mean,
money.
that's
Look,
not
if you
hard to
set it up
believe.
right.
Numbers around. 500 million is crazy. He didn't.
Okay,
invent
somebody
air
look
Well,
it
the
up.
house is
Somebody
9
look
million. That's not hard.
Y'all, see, the thing is, we're
I
used to only
see-
seeing
I
those
see-
figures with like basketball players or rappers.
Right.
but-
I see 177
got
million.
it. I used to work for the bank.
I see 177 million.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I didn't see 5.
Okay. 177 million. He looks good
He fine in
with
a motherfucker.
177 million.
He found in a
He looks
motherfucker.
good to me, right?
I wouldn't have no more babies though. I wouldn't.
She
Thank
can't.
you for the super chat, Jerry. He say R. Candy is with Todd because he lets her have freak offs, threesomes, and lesbians lovers while he gets access to the money. Thank you for the super chat, Jerry. I appreciate it,
I'm
Jerry.
gagging. Not like Cassie though, but I'm
But-
gagging.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh.
Girl.
Hey,
Baby, when I tell you, I'm gonna have to come back. We're gonna go on Patreon tomorrow, baby, because baby, the stuff that Cassie was up there on that stand saying, I wouldn't even came to testify, baby.
Rain on me.
You know
Absolutely
what,
not.
Gabor?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't realize some of these things were already either in her lawsuit or were alluded to, so she couldn't get up there and perjure herself and change the narrative. People read the summary page of the lawsuit. They didn't read the whole page. That's why from day one, I was like, she was not trafficked. I was on that from day one because I read the whole lawsuit. And I said, this is not
You know what? I don't want to get all into that right now. I don't want to get all into that right now because we're gonna have to talk about it again. But the thing that she kept going back.
Let me just say this: tomorrow, it's good that you're going on.
She wouldn't tell the police what happened.
It's good that you're going on tomorrow because tomorrow is when his lawyers are going to grill her. I thought it was today. It's actually tomorrow.
No, so she testified for 16 hours.
Examination. Yeah.
She testified for 16 hours.
Yeah, so I'm curious what tomorrow is going to look like.
I feel bad for her though.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if this is true, but people were saying that she came across like she was bad acting and fake crying.
That's not what I heard.
That's not what I heard.
That is
what I've heard from multiple people.
Well, that's okay,
girl, you
Callie.
got
I'm just saying, Callie, but that's not what I heard. But what I'm saying is, I do feel bad for her.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she got caught up, and it doesn't seem to me like her parents were. I just couldn't imagine running to my mama.
Does she have parents?
Yes, she does have parents. Yes.
But before you even go any further with that, you have to also get she was an adult, so your parents can only do but so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your parents can only say and do and try to keep you in the house as much as possible. At the end of the day, you still gonna make your own decision. And she went back.
But what I'm saying is, if my child or my stepchild had came to the house and said this nigga beating on me and they was trying to get away, there is no way that man could have died at my door.
If Kaela came to you, would you?
Yes, I would have. I would have been there for any woman on the street.
But you know what? To her defense of the people around her, her friend did call the police on him. So, but
They
it's
said that he
nothing
hit
the
the
police
friend
can
that got
do
knocked
if you
out and
don't
throw over the
leave.
balcony.
No, the one he hit with the wooden hanger.
Baby, he
Yeah.
would have been in jail, baby. Girl, they would have if they would have asked him if he hit, baby, if he hit the
Yeah.
Why
woman,
are you
they would have said,
laughing?
baby, him and good boy was in the
Funny.
living room windmilling, baby. Oh,
That wooden
nigga,
hanger would have been
you
up
so
his hoo-ha
you so
by
much,
the time I
baby, you
got
so
through
bad. Can you imagine, motherfucker?
So-
He whooping ass so bad that he already whooping her ass, and he gonna whoop your ass too.
But that's
Yes,
what they
and
do
throw you over a
for.
Let me
balcony.
put this. We
Wait a
gonna put
minute.
this mad dog down, baby. Let's put this
But
mad
y'all,
dog
this
down,
is why
baby.
people pull
Earl
away
had
from
to
women in
die.
those situations because you can get hurt trying to be friends with her. I've seen it
Right.
happen
You
multiple
can.
He
times.
was paying cops, guys. He was paying cops. Thank you, Dina, for pointing that off. He was paying cops.
Oh, please.
There's a song by the Dixie Chicks called "Earl Had to Die." Just all them.
Yeah,
No, but people
broken
act
glass
like
in a
Puppy wasn't out
smoothie.
here getting people murdered and stuff.
Right. He tried to kill Kid Cudi.
I'm
But
gonna
this
be
is
honest,
the
y'all. I
but
think this
but
was a
I think
typical
that
battered
argument.
woman situation where she
Okay.
didn't really want to leave.
She didn't want to leave, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying is this: I think that argument can only work so much because at the end of the day, she eventually did leave.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And we have broke people
Without
who
help from
people
law
who beat them
enforcement.
up. So guys,
Hold on, y'all. We got to talk one at a time. Go
we
ahead,
have
Mandy.
we have broke people who stay with their abusers all the time.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's a
Yep.
mindset. So I definitely think it's not that she didn't want to leave. I feel like she couldn't leave. Like she felt like she had to be there. And then let's be honest, she's getting to be famous and all this money and perks that come with those beatings. So I guess,
Yeah, but I'm not trying to be funny.
like let's be
I don't
honest.
think that from what I'm getting from the testimony, is what she's saying. She kept going back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She
did.
kept coming back.
I was watching The View because Sunny talks about it, and she said I forgot what kind of lawyer she used to be, but she was saying that
She was at AUA.
okay, she was saying that 7 or 10 times they normally go back, and it takes them forever to like leave. And she also made this. She said this yesterday. While all this is not in the, what they're getting him for, she is curious about when is the, the trafficking. I don't know what we can say on YouTube, but all that stuff that he's really, really in court for. When is all that going to start to come up? Because all this is just for public humiliation for both of them. I don't know if it's going to really make a difference for the jury at the end of the day. And this is only week 1.
That's what my mom
she's
said. My
victim
mom
one.
said, why do you need to know this?
I can't.
What is the new one? Day one.
I
What did
can't
you-
fathom. I can fathom that she was afraid, but she wasn't too afraid that she was over there fucking with Kid Cudi too.
And the trainer.
And the trainer.
Now,
Like I'm not. I do sympathize with her, but it's only so far it can go. I get everything that y'all are saying, but
I don't.
when you are ready to leave somebody, you have to. When you are ready to leave somebody and stop something, you have to be willing to die. And she wanted to leave, but she didn't want to leave bad enough. My thing is when she left with the whole, even with when at the thing, you ended up coming back. Even after he raped her that last time, she came back and had sex with him again, talking about what it was just 10 years, it just don't stop. My thing is this. Why are we keep on? I just think that she made bad choices, and she was young. But I think that again, if we are going to, if I did a sex tape, if you had recorded me having sex, you would never, and you haven't deleted it out your phone, and I feel like that you blackmailing me with it, you would never be able to record me again.
But I also don't understand, and even Harvey Levin said this. Why didn't they charge him individually for these crimes? Why are they going for this charge that's so hard to prove?
That's what Sunny was saying when I watched her.
Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't charge him with our word, assault, blackmail, extortion. Like when you look at these other cases, these men have like 20 plus charges. Like
But the statute of limitations may be an issue with that. Because the only reason why she was able to sue, because New York did that survivor's law where you had a 1-year window to file your case, and that's when she filed. If that didn't happen, there would be no
limitations
case.
on our word and extortion.
What I'm giving
In New York, yes. In New York State, yes.
But some of these things happen in California.
Yeah, in Miami
And I
too.
think that's why they're
But it
going the
was
racketeering route.
yeah, that's
and
why
the
they're going to
trafficking.
racketeering route. Yeah, because they
I
was
don't
even saying
know
that
if they're gonna be able to prove
oh
that.
God. They were saying that it was in Ibiza. They were saying that it was in Florida. They were saying that it was in the Hamptons. The grace that I'm giving Cassie is that I think that she was young with this grown man.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the money and lifestyle that was there. You know, I could definitely see a world where she would be afraid
Afraid.
yeah, but the thing is, I just feel like at a certain point you have to want to take your life back.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
you know, like
you have to have some kind of boundary.
but then we're
Yeah.
kind of overlooking the fact that she was constantly on drugs. Like throughout the testimony, she was like, she was saying drugs I never knew existed that she was using.
Yeah,
So
but that's
she,
not an excuse. A
Hold
lot
on,
of
yes, it
Callie.
is an
on
excuse.
Wait,
drugs
Callie,
mess
you gotta
up
let
their
her
life
finish.
every day.
Callie,
It is an excuse.
Callie, you gotta let Ali
If you
No,
finish.
it's not.
if
It's
you
not.
see
Callie,
dope heads go their whole entire lives not knowing where they're at. You know,
Yes,
this is
but
a girl that's,
they're still responsible for their life.
but they're still
Drugs,
not making good choices too, and
Oh
that's
no,
the
drugs
I
point.
agree that
are
she wasn't making
mind
good
altering.
choices. But what
yeah,
I'm
go
saying
ahead.
is that you are still responsible for your life. You don't just get to make bad choices and then later say somebody else was controlling you.
Yeah, I think that what Callie is saying, she wouldn't be able to go and rob nobody or go and kill somebody
Exactly.
and say, well, did he put me on drugs? So
Right.
I wasn't really able to do it. You
Right.
are still.
And I'm gonna keep it a buck. Men offer me drugs all the time. My grown 45-year-old self. I just say no, I don't do
Yeah, I
it.
wouldn't say that.
Well, that's you.
It's very common.
You're a woman in your 40s. She was 19.
This
There's
started
a
when I
big
was
difference.
This didn't start when I was 40. This started when I was 15. I just say no, I don't. That's not my thing.
Yeah, we already went through that. I have I have been offered drugs when I was. My friends were smoking. My friends were smoking weed when they was in 7th and 8th grade, and I never touched it until I got to college. You know what I'm saying? Again, though, I think that, and this is another thing too. I think these girls be out here green.
Yeah.
I think these girls be out here green. I don't think that she had any business messing with no man that was 17 years her senior. Especially, I think that men, a man 17 years your senior, and a man with money is a lot to be dealing with. I don't think
and
that
a substance abuse problem.
Yeah, I don't think that she knew what she was getting herself into with a grown man like
money and power, not just
money.
money.
I just don't think that she knew I don't think that Kim knew what she was getting herself into.
I'm curious to see where this, like, once we get past the Cassie stuff, I'm trying to like figure out, like, this is just the beginning. Like, what is the next? Of course, nobody has that answer, but what is the next 7 weeks going to look like? Because if we already hitting this, like, what else are we going to find? I know we're going to find some crazy stuff out, but it's like, what else are we going to find out that hasn't already shocked us? Like,
it has to be the racketeering stuff. It has to be that they have some type of something where there is some other type of co-defendants that we're not aware of, or because how are you racketeering with one person?
Yeah.
Wait, she just talked about in her testimony how they recruited the sex workers. So the fact that they're going on these sites and getting these, and I don't really know the
more
legalities.
Callie, you gotta let her. Callie, you have to let her finish, Callie, with her point. But go ahead, Queen.
So I think that is part of the racketeering. You going from Vegas to Miami to New York, and they're not. I don't know. I didn't watch. Obviously, I just watched Armand's recap of it, but I don't know the legality in different states. But the fact that they're going to these backdoor pages instead of a legitimate escort company in places where I guess Vegas that's legal, they're going in different states where the law is different for this, for sex work. So I think that actually is where the racketeering case builds.
And I think that they were, going to. Do you, Queen? I think I have a reason why they was going to them back pages and Craigslist.
Now you got to.
I think I know why that is.
Yeah, because you have to provide something for the people, and I feel like that she kind of told on herself when she got up there and talking about some swords and stuff in her mouth and them things. them
Well, did you
investigate.
hear? Gabor, did you hear about the guy like in 2018 that shot up the Trump hotel
Oh
out in
yes, want me to pull them
Miami?
up? You want me to pull them
Yeah,
up?
and
So
I feel
he
really,
like
and
we
he caught
what
saw
an
That's
that
what I'm
today.
saying.
STD
Hold
and
on, hold on. Go
sued.
ahead, Ali. Finish.
He caught an STD and sued and settled for 5 million.
And everybody thought he was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
so the interesting thing is also the jury, right? It's 12 men, 8 women, I think, and I know it's six alternates, and then but most of them are men, and different backgrounds, different social backgrounds, different races. She said it's a very diverse jury, but she said when she was in there, she was watching them, and some of them were like shocked. Others didn't understand. So she was saying that she wondered if they'll bring in like a person who can I can't think of the word, but somebody who can describe SA to people, like really go into deep detail to describe for people who don't really understand like what he was doing to her.
Yeah, they're going to bring people in. This is him, Ali. But they're going to bring people in, and once they get back when they get to deliberating, they're going to give them instructions on what everything means. So they will be able to read what the charges are, what they mean before they get ready to make a decision.
And you know they didn't see the tapes, right? They was able to see the
they was able to see the tape. They saw the tapes.
Yep.
They saw
Gabor, I tagged you on Twitter on Inner City Press. He's actually in the court. He's like the only person that's allowed to be in the courtroom and tweet. Like I know Armand and them. I feel like they're putting 10 on 20 because I read through the whole transcript today. Now then I watched Armand.
Send
and
it
I'm
to
like,
me. Send it to me, please.
I think I tagged you on Twitter.
Okay, let me see.
Well, you know his Twitter different, honey.
No, I got a couple of Twitters, baby.
I tagged you in the post of where
Okay.
she says because he's going AUA and what they say, C. Ventura and what she says.
And
my
heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to her.
Yeah, I'm sorry that she was
hold on, go ahead, Kelly.
I'm just afraid they're gonna let him go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ali. What was you saying?
No, I read through the whole thing because like I was traveling for work, and then I'm like, oh, on my trip home, I just started reading through it, and by the end of it, I felt like crying. I felt so bad for her, and then when it got to the point where she said she got 20 million, and I'm like, at least you got paid for your pain. She should have asked for more after reading all of that. It's long. It's a long ass thread because he's going. It's like a court transcript. But he's going line by line, so you don't hear all. I feel like some of these YouTubers. I think Mims is the closest one to his transcript, but a lot of them are putting 10 on 20, and I'm like, that's
you know her. You know she's gonna let her
like in what ways? What was different from what the YouTubers are saying versus what Inner City Press is saying?
He's transcribing what's being said, and I feel like they're putting certain inflections on things to make it sound. And I love Armand because he makes things more interesting when
I can give you an
but
example.
when I read it, I'm like,
yeah, I can give you an example. So the way that they were saying, well, why did you do it? Why did you go and continue to do the sex acts if you didn't want to do them? And she said, well, I didn't want him to do it with anybody else. I heard Armand, I heard Lauren LaRosa, they all said it as if she was saying, like, well, that's my man and I didn't want him to leave me. But she was saying it in a way of, I didn't want him to do this with any other girls. I didn't want any other girls to have to go through this. So that is an example of him saying, you get what I'm, does that make sense what I'm saying?
It's hard for me to believe that.
Is that an example? Great example.
It's hard
Ali?
for me to believe that, and I'm gonna tell you why it's hard for me to believe that. She never went to the police to stop this behavior, and had he paid her, we would have never known about it. And he was pissing on somebody
but
now.
What I'm saying is, Kelly,
guys, and he also beat her friend. He also beat her friend, guys. Remember that he beat her friend.
The point that I'm trying to say is, what Ali is saying is, There's a way that people on YouTube are reporting it and saying it,
Yes.
like they're just saying by her words, but you can say something and the tone carries it a different way.
Yeah, like she was like they were making it sound like this my man. I got to do whatever I need to do, man.
Right.
Because if I don't do this, then he's going to leave me, and that's how it comes off. But they're saying like that, and she's saying something totally different. But they're really all saying the same thing. It's just like he said how they're saying it. Because what I got from them before I started reading on Twitter was like, damn, she doing all this because of a man. But
because that's how it reads.
Then I
if you
read
read
what
the
she said on
transcript.
Twitter. I was like, okay, it's something. They're saying it differently.
That's how it reads when you read the transcript. But again, I think that some of the people, are probably. I don't think that everybody in the courtroom is able to transcribe every word that Cassie is saying, because you can't sit up there and listen to for 8 hours. You can't sit up there and listen to everything that she's saying. You know what I'm saying? You're probably going online and transcribing stuff, like looking at the way that they're saying it and repeating it, but forgetting the cadence and the tone that she said it in. And that also makes all the difference.
And then it's so much information, like you said, you sitting there for 8 hours. It's so much information. You really just trying to give your audience the bullet points. You can't go down step by step, word by word what they're saying. So they got to spice it up.
Yeah, and from her responses, she doesn't seem like she's long-winded at all. It's just like these short answers. But when I go online and make it seem like it's this long-ass conversation she's having with the prosecutors, and she's just like, "Oh, he hit me. Why? I don't know."
I wish this trial was on TV.
It's federal though. You can't air it.
I know. I'm just saying.
If that was on TV, that would be
the money these
like
networks
O.J. Simpson trial.
Yes, the money these networks could make. And then all we need is a Ryan Murphy production behind this.
Oh, we gonna get that. Ryan Murphy is somewhere rubbing his hands together right now. But it might be 10 years, but we gonna get it before Ryan Murphy leave up out of here.
No, I don't think it'll take that long.
I got it, Ali. Thank you. My God. Oh, baby.
It's really long, but it gives you, because
I got time.
Because I'm like, how does this man get all this information? And I read an article because he was in the that one of those crypto people that stole money, one of those federal cases, and they said that he's allowed to sit in a room where he listens to the audio and he has one computer transcribing what's being said and another computer where he tweets out what's being said. That's why he's able to get it in real time.
Would y'all have wanted to been a jury? I've always wanted to be on a trial case, and I would love to have been on this case, like in a jury.
Do they get to go home?
I don't think I would have used.
No, they're not sequestered.
No, yeah, they get to go home.
I thought they can't go home.
No, they're not sequestered. Sequestered means that they got to stay and they have them in a hotel.
Oh, OJ people was
OJ people was sequestered.
Oh, if it was sequestered, I would be pissed.
So why they have the 6 alternates then?
Because people are falling off the jury. So a lot of people may not be able. A lot of people may not be able to commit the whole 2 months, and so you got to have alternates so you won't
get a hung jury or a mistrial.
Yeah, get a hung jury or have to do a mistrial.
I learned something today.
Yeah,
it's kind of smart
because they almost had a mistrial with the OJ stuff. They was begging them juries to stay on,
yes,
but them people was on the case for almost a year. They were sequestered for almost a year,
and they probably were getting paid $50 a day. I would have been
$50 a day.
Horrible.
But they also said that they think that and I believe this too to be true, Ali. They think that the reason why the prosecution feels like the reason why they lost the OJ case. Well, I think that they lost because it was a majority Black jury. And that's just the truth. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying I think that they lost the case because it was a majority Black jury, and the history of how Black people have been treated in LA by the LAPD is the reason why they lost the case. But they thought that they lost the case because the people that was on the jury, the people who had degrees who would be able to understand DNA, because in 1994 DNA was new. So the people with degrees who were more willing to understand DNA and science, they weren't able to commit to a year for jury duty. So they had people who was like recently unemployed, or people that was retired, or didn't really have jobs that required them to come to work every day because they wasn't living a life this. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have a real lifestyle to obtain.
Right.
So yeah.
I also think it was their legal team. I watched that documentary,
Which one?
the recent one that Netflix just did,
Okay.
and I never paid attention to OJ at all.
Mhm.
But the part where they were talking about DNA and they had that Asian guy on the stand and they asked him, did you handle anything bare hands or whatever? And he was like, no, I didn't handle anything bare hands. And then they showed the video of him just picking everything up with his bare hands. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's why they lost the case. And the prosecutors, they were just confused. They didn't know that this guy didn't do what he was supposed to do on the forensics team. Like, none of them had gloves or the proper plastic bags to put evidence in. Everything was basically tampered with. So I think in that moment, that's when they lost.
Well, my conspiracy theory tells me it was set up from the beginning because they wanted, it was like the perfect thing to quiet down the Black community here in Los Angeles, because there had been a lot of things that had been going on with Rodney King, the young woman that was murdered by the Korean lady unalived by the Korean lady. And yes, it actually, my friend, whole family is police officers. He told me that was actually the third time that had happened. And the other 2 times they were able to hide it from the press.
The third time what happened?
Well, you had an innocent person be accused of shoplifting, going into these Asian stores, and the Asian person unalived them. Unarmed, innocent person. And this time it was a little girl, which is one reason why they weren't able to hide it like the other 2 cases. So with all of that stuff going on, and you already know, like Tupac said, we will burn this bitch down if you get us pissed. This is not the LA that is today. I don't think that people really understand how big the Black community here used to be. It was the size of a city. So it would have been a problem if OJ would have been found guilty. And they knew that it would not be good for this city. But I think it was all set up.
I disagree. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I think that reasonable people know that OJ did that.
No, we knew he did it. Everybody knew he did it. They just wanted to see a Black man be able to get away with something because they felt like white men had
placate placate the Black community. Basically, I tend to agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is this. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say a lot of the things that we grew up seeing and thought that it was a legitimate, like, history is happening. I'm sorry, I do tend to look back on those things now and see everything as orchestrated. Because it's just, for one, the connection of, the whole Kardashian connection and all that stuff. It's like, it's too intimate, the community that these people come from, to just be, oh, by chance, this all just happened organically in history. It is plausible. Yes, it might sound like a conspiracy theory, but it makes sense with what we know now about how, these elites operate. Speaking of, Diddy's people. The music industry and government, like, we're seeing now more than ever how intertwined they are. And leading back to Cassie's case, like, I probably in her situation wouldn't have gone to the police either, because Diddy was operating like the mafia, like the mob. So, like, we can't separate the two. Like, he did not pay these people off, like someone mentioned earlier. So yeah, I do believe that a lot of this stuff is more orchestrated than we may have known when it was happening.
Do you guys think?
Sorry.
No, you're
No, I'm
fine.
saying I agree with you on that. And we could even apply that to modern times because I honestly feel like this whole migrant thing is orchestrated because, us being here, how many illegal immigrants do you know go to the government and say, hey, I'm an illegal immigrant, give me a place to stay? It's like they're so well versed on US immigration law. It's just too good to be true. Most illegal immigrants just hide and just sneak in and hide and work under the tables. But now they're going to checkpoints and doing all of this. I got my tinfoil hat on, and I honestly feel like the Republicans paid a lot of people. They're all coming through the same channels from all over the world. It's not just Mexico and South America, and they're coming into the country. And I feel like this is done on purpose to get us, the regular people, like riled up and upset while the government and Trump are basically stealing from us. So sorry, that's just
Exactly.
my
It's
my
all a
my rant on the
distraction.
side.
I do think
No,
that they
that's
were
100%
advertised
correct.
to come here. I 100% believe that because it has been done before. This is a cycle that America has been doing ever since slavery became illegal. We are going to bring people here to undercut the working class so that we can pay them less. And they have done it. Several cycles of this, even MLK spoke about this. And this is why he had to go, because he had a very large following. And they did not want him getting up and telling not just Black people, every working class person in America here, that this is the game and this is what they're about to do to you. So he had to go. So
Can I be
this
real
is
with
what
y'all?
they do.
I think that the Diddy, if I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Diddy trial was in the same vein as that, as kind of a distraction to take our attention away from, like Ali said, Trump and his people, his cronies, robbing us. Like they're having you think that, oh, the federal government has been robbing us, which yes, they have. But you think they're coming in to be Robin Hood and give it back to us? No, they're trying to
Nope.
rob us more. So even this Diddy thing, I'm just saying, don't count me off as a, conspiracy theorist, which you can, I mean, I could be that. But this is the too much of like a perfect timing for Diddy, to go on trial now, right when we should be paying attention to Trump just tanking our economy.
Yep, they're about to pass a budget that's going to cut Medicaid, Social Security, everything the regular person depends on. But we're distracted by Diddy. We're distracted by migrants and Trump buying a 400 or a government giving him a $400 million plane and tariffs while they're in Congress, like negotiating this as we speak. So I don't know.
So
I
I have
wish that people would understand what billionaires are. Billionaires are not your friend. The only way in this economic system to be a billionaire, you have to participate in something that makes people poor, that pushes everybody else down to the bottom. It is a pyramid scheme. These people are not our friends. They should be afraid of us. And the problem is that they're not. They realize that we can do anything to these people. They're not going to revolt. These idiots. It'll be a third world country before we know it. And they're not afraid of us anymore. I think they used to be, but I think that we have shown them that we're not going to revolt and we're going to let them do whatever they want. So that's what they're going to do.
I agree with that. I mean, not in the sense that that it can play out that way, but I think that is how they want it to play out. So, yeah.
I was going to ask, did y'all think that OJ was deserving of what Callie was saying?
What you mean? I forgot what she said.
Did you think that OJ was deserving of the Black community, like basically getting ready to riot if he was going to be found, found guilty?
Yes, and I. So I don't know if y'all remember when what was that boy's name? Freddie Gray when he got off in Baltimore. The city lost it, right? But it was so much stuff going on in the city, and it was like, here we go again. And we thought we had a mayor at the time. Well, they thought they had a mayor at the time that was like for us, and she really wasn't, and that's why the city lost control. So I can understand where Kylie's coming from. If OJ would have been found guilty, then I could see the city losing control, and LA would have been a lot worse than what it was with Rodney King when the stuff happened with Rodney King.
I don't think that OJ Simpson deserved that, but the problem is we have created this identity that we're all Black. We're no longer tribal. So we don't care if people don't care about us or care about the community or have our same values. We just care about a skin tone. So no, him as an individual wasn't worth it, but it would have happened. Especially OJ is from USC, star football player in the Naked Gun. OJ Simpson was not just a random businessman that unalived his wife. He was OJ freaking Simpson. So that would have been a problem.
I think the whole thing just happening was, I think even if there had been a riot, I think the government could have used that to their advantage. Because at the end of the day, the riots, as we've seen, just tore down the Black community more. So it's like, as long as you can keep Black people in their feelings and scattered and emotional, I mean, the elites win either way. So I think it was a play, but I think either way, like, it would have worked out in the favor of the powers that be. But to expand the scope of everything that was happening in that time period of OJ, I really think like a lot of that stuff was orchestrated. I think the whole East Coast, West Coast, Bloods and Crips, I think those are all, government programs. If we look at it, the Crips came out of, weren't those offshoots of the Black Panther Party?
Yes, and Vietnam vets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they
And the
weren't
Black
they weren't gangs per se. They were trying to
neighborhood
do
watch.
yes. And then there was a switch. I don't know. So I understand why you say that you think there's something, I don't know.
No, I do think that what happens, a lot of people say it in such a dramatic way, but what happens is you have this guy that gets in trouble. He wants to cut a deal. So he'll just start snitching, whether or not if it's true or not. And it creates a whole bunch of chaos. And now you have these people sort of that you think are with you, but really they're just there to be an agent of chaos because they're under the law enforcement's thumb. And so now everybody's fighting everybody. And that's essentially what happened.
And guess what? Isn't that happening again? When you have people like, what's his name? The Umar Johnson guy or whatever his name is. When you have people like, who's the other guy? Y'all don't see those being agents of the government?
Yes, I see him as being the same as Marcus Garvey. I think he's funded by the government to get the thing that was going on with Marcus Garvey that a lot of people don't understand the connection, that the United States wanted to colonize Africa and they were trying to get people to go there. So yes, you see Marcus Garvey with Walter Plecker, who is an extremely problematic individual. Like he is like a mad scientist from a horror movie. And that was his boy. So yes, a lot of these things, I think that it's still in play, but they kind of realize that we ain't going to Africa. But there's still a little faction out there that maybe we could get them to go over there. But I think that there was that all of that Africa stuff was funded by the government. It was put in the schools, all of that, because they wanted us to go to Africa because they wanted to have a colony over there. And who better to send over there than the people that look similar?
The thing is, I think there's multiple operations happening at once. Yeah, Marcus Garvey, that's new information to me. But yeah, he could have very well been an agent. I tend to believe that, no, I'm not even going to go there because y'all going to put me off the stage. But anytime you have two polarizing forces and you're put in a position where you have to pick a team, either you're going to go with MLK or you're going to go with Malcolm X. You're being played Democrat, Republican. This oversimplification of two strata where you have to align with one and oppose the other. The truth is it's all set up. At the end of the day, I think that as a community, we just need to not put our hope or focus in any like one polarizing figure or even movement. The thing is to just look out for yourself, look out for your family, and look out for your immediate community, but keep your eye on what's happening at a mass scale.
We actually were able to build communities when like-minded people would come together and build something. When we started all identifying as being one, that's when we started having communities that are filled with crime and all kind of immorality and all kind of stuff, because we're just seeing a brown skin tone. We don't care about standards, values. If they're here to make the community better, we don't care about none of that. We just care if they have a brown skin tone. And that is when, in my opinion, we started going completely off the rails. We had tribes for a reason, because everybody's not like you and they don't have the values you have. You cannot build anything with your enemy. And a lot of our enemy looks like us.
Well, I don't. Okay, that's a little different from like. Okay. Somebody can look like you and be your enemy, but that doesn't make the person who looks the complete opposite of you your friend. In one vein, you get what I'm saying? So I think that,
I don't even know why you would get that. I'm finding this weird thing where someone says something and people reverse it or switch it around. And I'm not really sure why people are doing that. When I don't understand how me understanding that a lot of other people who are quote unquote Black do not value what I value and will not be able to build anything with me now means that someone who isn't Black, I'm automatically going to think that they can deal with me. No, I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about amongst us.
okay.
You can build up with Dr. Umar. That's the somebody I'm looking for as an example. I can't build nothing with separate groups. I can't build nothing with Diddy. You know what I mean? Okay. Those people need to go and be in another tribe.
You can be a tribe. Okay, let me speak from perspective. I'm Nigerian. I belong to a specific tribe within Nigeria, and I'm very, very passionate about that actual, and I don't like using the word tribe because it's actually a diminutive term. So I belong to a specific ethnic group, so I understand everything about, okay, we have ways of segmenting ourselves down to a local government, but I can still understand the value in uniting with a Nigerian from a different ethnic group that can be very disparate from mine under a common goal or protection. So I'm never going to say, okay, fuck that other Nigerian because they're not from my specific ethnic group. That's stupid. And that's how we got colonized.
No, you just said common goal. A lot of people do not have a common goal. And let's just be very clear. Everything that white people have done to us, there have been Black people helping them. Every single last thing. Those are the people that we need to find a way to separate from. We cannot just keep walking around going, we're all Black because white people told us that. Because that's the only place we got that identity from.
So basically, Callie, you want to get rid of the degenerates.
Yes, they need to go be in another tribe.
Yes, and it doesn't matter if
the people that don't care about the Black community.
So if it's
whiteness,
if it's a Nigerian degenerate, if it's a Black American degenerate, we just don't want none of them here in this group.
Yes, they need to go, because I'm telling you, the people who built Black Wall Street was a like-minded group of investors that came together and wanted to build a town. And that's the same thing with all of the Black towns. They didn't just go get any random person and say, we all Black and this person is over here burning half the town down while the other people are trying to build it. Society did not work that way before the 60s. This whole we're all the same came out of that peace and love era in the 60s. And we ain't built nothing since.
All right, y'all. Well,
can I say one more thing before you leave real quick? I feel bad for Kandi.
Why?
The girls ganging up on her, but we can talk about that another day.
Oh,
Thank you for the super chat, Stacey M. She said, "Happy Wednesday. Almost missed notification. Love your point of view, good boy. Love how you can be fair in your opinions." Oh, thank you. I
Gabor,
appreciate it. Mm-hmm.
before you go, you should
Mm-hmm.
do a Patreon on that
We doing
Nene and Tamar, because
Baby.
from the wigs to the makeup
Baby.
I
to
ain't
what
seen
was
it yet.
said,
Because
it's
tomorrow
just
I feel like we doing popcorn reading on Patreon. We reading from now on. We about to read the trial every day. We doing popcorn reading.
Oh, child. I'm not.
Oh yes.
Oh, I'll come in
We
because
know.
I've been listening to it while I've been working anyway.
Well, friend,
Y'all know
we'll
what
watch
popcorn reading is, right?
Yes, they call them the ones who can't read. Yes.
But yeah, we're gonna have to do a popcorn read. So
Well,
we
go
go.
watch that interview. That'll
yeah,
give
please
you.
do. It's
I'm probably gonna listen
distracting.
to it. Do I need to look at it?
Yeah.
No, you don't need to
Well,
look at the
no.
whole thing. Just look at the highlight. Or we could just tell you. It's up to
I
you.
just feel like Kandi. I just feel like Nene. I just don't see what Nene has against Kandi.
This what happened. Just real quick.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want to be surprised.
You won't be surprised. Just watch the clip. You ain't surprised because you can already say it.
I just don't see what she got to get. That's all I'm saying is I don't see what the issue she got with Kandi.
She don't even know the issue she
I
got
could
with
see a lot of the issue. Kandi is probably part of the reason why she's not on that show. Kandi basically took her spot.
Girl.
No,
did.
that's not what happened.
Yeah, Queen. Where did you get that from?
Season 10. I got it from season 10 when
No, it's the
Kandi and
lawsuit.
Kenya, basically all of the girls formed an alliance against Nene,
So Queen.
got her frustrated, and got her to lose her spot.
So Queen, was Kandi the one making Nene go down there and say that Andy was a racist and a
She
crank?
was not. But there we were alluding to the government how they could do covert things to get you out of your spot earlier. I think the same thing happened here. I think that Kandi played her hand better, and that's what Nene has against her.
You sounded like Tamar.
I will say this though. I don't think that Kandi was talking about. I mean, I don't think that Nene was talking about Kandi when she was saying this girl get her own show or whatever, this and this and that and this and that. But I think that Nene should have put a name on it. If it ain't directed, it ain't respected.
Yeah.
She was talking about Kim. She wasn't talking about Kandi. I think she was talking about Kim.
But all right, y'all. I'm about to go. I gotta cook, and then I'm gonna listen to this interview while I'm about to be up all night. Ali, you shouldn't
listen to the whole interview.
Ali, you shouldn't have did me that, baby.
Oh, that thread,
I'm
right?
about to read this shit. Mm-hmm. But all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for thank y'all so much for being here, y'all. I appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all tomorrow for popcorn reading. Adios.
Bye.
Call Daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call Daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call Daddy, tell him 25 got it.